Most people sleep worse than they think, not because they're lazy or undisciplined, but because they believe a few stubborn myths about how sleep actually works. In this video, we're going through 7 common things people get wrong about sleep. We'll start with the smaller ones and work our way up to the most important. So stick around until the end. 1. Blue light from my phone is the biggest problem. Blue light does make it harder to fall asleep, especially if you're scrolling in a dark room. But for most people, it's not the main reason they sleep badly. Caffeine too late in the day, completely different bedtimes during the week versus the weekend, stress, and bright overhead lights in the evening usually do more damage. A blue light filter or night mode helps a little, but it's rarely the fix that changes everything. If you're finding this useful so far, a quick like or subscribe really helps the channel grow. It only takes a second. 2. If I just stay in bed long enough, I'll eventually fall asleep. This is one of the most common habits that quietly makes insomnia worse. When you lie in bed awake for a long time, your brain starts linking the bed with frustration and overthinking instead of sleep. A better approach is simple. If you haven't fallen asleep after about 20 minutes, get up, keep the lights low, do something calm, and only come back to bed when you actually feel sleepy. 3. I can just catch up on sleep during the weekend. Sleeping in on Saturday and Sunday feels great, and it does help a bit, but it doesn't fully erase a week of short nights. Your attention, mood, and energy levels during the week still suffer. What works better is keeping your sleep and wake times reasonably consistent, even on weekends. Large swings make it harder for your body to find a stable rhythm. 4. Alcohol helps me fall asleep. Alcohol can make you fall asleep faster, which is why so many people use it as a sleep aid. The problem comes later in the night. It reduces deep sleep and REM sleep, and it often causes you to wake up around 2 or 3 a.m. Even if you stay in bed for 7 or 8 hours, the quality is lower. If you drink, try to leave at least 3 to 4 hours between your last drink and bedtime. 5. Older people just need less sleep. This idea is everywhere, but it's misleading. As people get older, sleep often becomes lighter and more broken. That doesn't mean the need for sleep has dropped a lot. Most older adults still do best with around 7 hours. The difference is that their sleep is more fragile, not that they require significantly less of it. 6. 5 or 6 hours is enough if I feel fine. A lot of people get used to running on too little sleep and stop noticing the effects. You can feel relatively okay while your concentration, memory, emotional control, and immune system are still taking a hit. Most adults still need somewhere between 7 and 9 hours. Feeling functional on less is not the same as performing at your best. 7. Snoring is harmless. Light, occasional snoring can be normal, but regular, loud snoring, especially when it's combined with gasping, choking sounds, or strong daytime sleepiness, can point to sleep apnea. That's a condition where your breathing repeatedly stops and starts during the night. It leaves you exhausted and is linked to higher long-term health risks. If this sounds like you or someone you live with, it's one of the few sleep issues that's worth getting properly checked. You don't need a perfect evening routine or expensive equipment to sleep better. Most of the improvement comes from dropping a few of these common misconceptions and making small, realistic changes. Pick 1 or 2 of the higher points on this list and start there. That's usually enough to notice a real difference within a couple of weeks. If you made it all the way to the end and learned something new, leave a quick comment and tell me which myth surprised you the most. It really helps.